Hello, good morning, and thanks for joining us on the conversation live on Lagos Television. I am Ajibola Ojeshola.
Good morning and welcome. I am Joy Olu.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adipimpe Omotayo.
Okay, before we started the show, somebody was saying from the other room that the spirit level was low, it was bad. The spirit level of power supply in my area is becoming worrisome.
Ajibola, we stay in the same axis. This morning, we didn't have lights all through the night till this morning, and the light came back about past 6, just about 5 minutes past 6. And before I left home again, this light had gone.
It was gone.
What's happening?
The spirit level is now
The spirit level is now low.
Joy, I think you should keep your spirit in Ogun State. Do not extend your spirit of
power,
epileptic power supply to Lagos, please.
But the question is it like that?
Because if I'm on band A, then I need to enjoy steady power supply for 18 hours.
Which I have been enjoying. I don't know what happened.
So please don't complain. Just a little
well, we hope that
Ikeja
Discos will do the needful and, of course, restore power supply back to those who are paying out of their nose for 18 hours of steady power supply. It's not easy to be on band A.
Let's talk about fuel. It seems like the fuel we buy now dries up quickly.
Where do you buy?
I buy from either NNPC or MRS.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. It dries up quickly. I only went to the... I didn't even go to the... I didn't even take my car to the island on Tuesday. And I bought fuel on Friday last week. And it's almost getting to red.
All will
I
be
don't
well.
know what's happening.
I will just encourage you. All will be well, especially now that we are already looking at other ways of cushioning the effect of subsidy removal with another minimum wage around the corner. That statement was issued by the Chief of Staff to Mr. President, saying that this present federal government is very concerned about the welfare of civil servants and an average Nigerian worker in the country. So how much is going to be is another kettle of fish. We don't know yet. Negotiation has not started, but just be hopeful you have enough in your pocket to fuel your car, to maintain yourself, to enjoy life in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay, back to the business of the day. Let's look at our news points. We are starting with politics. Post-primary role. INEC, APC may clash over official Senate list. The All Progressive Congress, APC, may trigger fresh controversy over its 2027 National Assembly primaries after restoring 6-7 senators to the party's ticket, despite the earlier declaration of other aspirants as winner, the Punch stated. The reversal, which affected 9 states, came as the Independent National Electoral Commission declared on Wednesday that it would reject any candidate submitted by political parties whose names did not correspond with the outcome of primaries monitored and uploaded by the Commission, raising fresh uncertainty over the APC's revised nominations. Documents obtained by a correspondent showed that the APC National Working Committee, acting on the recommendations of its Primary Election Appeal Committee, replaced winners of the May senatorial primaries in Kogi, Abia, Benue, Taraba, Ondo, Niger State, Kaduna, Ebonyi, and Kwara, restoring several incumbent lawmakers whose initial defeat had sparked outrage within the ruling party. The revised list restored tickets of 6-7 senators, namely Senator Sunday Karimi, Kogi West, Emmanuel Udende, Benue Northeast, Title Zam, Benue Northwest, Shuaib Isalau, Taraba State, Adeni Adegbomire, Ondo Central, and Olajide Ikmishagba, Ondo North, while Prince Paul Ikone replaced the winner of the primary in Abia South. Ikone is the former chief executive officer of the National Agricultural Land Development Authority. One of the biggest casualties of the review was former Benue State Governor Gabriel Suzwam, whose earlier victory in the Benue Northeast primary was nullified in favor of the incumbent senator. The development comes weeks after the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, assured senators who lost their return tickets during the APC primaries that the party leadership was engaging the National Working Committee and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to review petitions arising from the exercise. Having secured the APC ticket for Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District through affirmation, Akpabio had admitted that the party was surprised by the high number of 7 lawmakers who failed to secure return tickets during the primaries, and expressed optimism that many of the disputes will be resolved through the party appeal mechanism. The Senate President had said, and I'm quoting the Senate President now, "I felicitate particularly those who have secured their mandate to represent their parties in the next election. I know there will always be victories and disappointments, yet above every individual victory stand a greater victory of democracy itself." More than 20 senators, mostly APC members, lost their ticket to their party members. And the APC latest review, however, benefited only a handful of those who had sought redress, leaving the political future of many uncertain as the party concludes its nomination process. So there you have it. INEC might have some kind of issue with the ruling party, which is the APC, over the party's attempt to change the list of those that won the Senate primary of the party. Some lists were submitted earlier, and now the party had changed those who had been declared winner of the primary before now. So INEC is saying that the commission will no longer tolerate that move coming from political parties, especially the ruling party, which is the APC, coming to want to change the list of winners who had earlier been uploaded onto the website of the Independent National Electoral Commission. If winners had been declared, why is the party coming up now? Because some people were aggrieved, or majority of those who are currently serving in the 10th National Assembly did not make it back through the primaries of their party. Where is the equity in all of this?
If APC at this stage cannot conduct free and fair elections, we always have 2 results in competition. It's either you win or you lose. And now the losers are crying that they should restore them, and then the party is now saying they want to review. Are they reviewing the results of the election that stated that you lost, you won? So is it that they are now going to bring back people who lost the elections as winners? And so the people that won the elections, what should happen to them?
What is the essence of conducting the primaries
in the first place?
It's a family affair. So there are internal mechanisms that the party is going to use to assuage those who might be angry at the outcome of this primary. And according to this report, the former governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suswam, is a victim of these.
But do you know how long this Gabriel Suswam has been in that Senate? He was governor of Benue State for 8 years.
Yes.
And as soon as he left, that was like maybe in 20 something or 2017 or he's been senator.
You know, the Senate
for
is
over 8 years.
Is the birthright of governors. Once they are done
Is
serving as governor of their states,
okay,
the Senate is their retirement home, except for those who had governed Lagos. Because I've never seen, right from the time of Babatunde Raji Fashola, Akinwumi Ambode, and up until now, I've never seen any governor of Lagos State, present and past, who had shown that ambition of wanting to go to the Senate. But in some other states, that is their right. Once you're done serving as your governor, then you go into the Senate to make laws that you did not make as governor of your state, through your state House of Assembly, when you were serving as the chief security officer of your state. So that's it. We'll see how it goes. Whether INEC will be independent enough to look the ruling party in the face.
I like that.
And tell the ruling party the truth.
Whether INEC will be independent enough. I like that.
To look the party in the face and tell the party the truth. Time will tell.
Okay, I'll take the next story. Tinubu NYC will prioritize indigent residents in deployment to high-risk state. President Bola Tinubu says the National Youth Service Corps NYC will prioritize indigent residents and graduates of institutions and states considered high risk during deployment, as part of reforms aimed at strengthening the scheme. The Federal Executive Council approved 7 major reforms for the scheme in a bid to strengthen its efficiency. Ayodele Olawande, Minister of Youth Development, said after the weekly FEC meeting, the council maintained the scheme's 1-year duration and introduced 7 major reforms, which include digitalization and change of leadership structure from military to civilians and a redesigned NYSC uniform. In a statement issued via X on Wednesday, the president said his administration is reforming NYSC to make the scheme safer and smarter for graduates. He said, unlike the past, deployment to security challenged states will now be guided by risk assessment. Yes, the president described the new reforms as the most consequential overhaul of the scheme since its establishment in 1973. Yeah. The president added that every core member must leave NYSC better prepared for work, enterprise, and national service. I like that part. Okay. And I also like the fact that those high-risk states, we know them. I don't want to mention those states. Stop posting our young children from maybe Southwest who are not even familiar with that area, and keep posting them there. When I did my NY,
where was that?
I did it in Taraba.
Which state?
Taraba.
Taraba.
But I redeployed to Ogun State, so I served in Abeokuta.
I served in Lagos, so it was just here.
It was just here.
Yeah.
She exempted herself.
Who?
I did.
Okay.
She didn't do NYSC. So I like the fact that, they don't have to push people up north.
Then what was the camp like then, and where was it located in Taraba?
It was located in Wukari. It was in the
outskirts.
Yes, it was a polytechnic. It was outskirts. Ajibola, that place, we were living with hawks and snakes.
Oh wow!
It was so hot. It was so hot that snakes were just moving around the hostels, moving around. When we go to our parade ground, there were so many snakes around that you dare not move around.
And then Nigeria was so good.
Without your boots. Of course, I traveled by road.
Wow. You dare not do that
You
now.
see the vast land. You love Nigeria. I bought a whole basket of mangoes for 20 naira back then. I just said, give me 20 naira mango. I thought they were going to give me like 5. They now bought a whole basket. This was in Benue while we were passing through. They gave me a whole basket of mangoes. So I started sharing it with my
other passengers
in the bus. Yeah. It was fun.
Was good then.
I think I also support this move coming from the presidency to guarantee the safety of our core members. And I don't want to imagine how you would feel as a parent at this particular time in the history of Nigeria. Somebody coming from Oyo State or Osun or Lagos State, and your son or daughter has been posted to some other parts of the country that are not safe. And how many of these parents can even afford to allow their children to fly?
Is it flying?
Because tickets,
even the bus fares, those luxury bus fares.
Oh, even
do you know how expensive?
You want to go by road
now.
for how many hours? It's a nice one coming from the federal government, and we love some of these reforms. We need to be frank with ourselves. This is the reality of our time. Some parts of the country are not safe as we speak, and we cannot jeopardize the future of our children simply because they want to go and serve their fatherland. It's not going to work. So we give kudos to Mr. President on this particular one. And part of the reform as well, aside from their safety, I think they're also planning to change the uniform.
Yeah, new uniform.
And I think they're also extending, they might extend
the camp,
the orientation
weeks.
to 6 weeks from 3 weeks that we used to have it.
To 6 weeks, and then there will be no
how much are they paying
passing out
now?
Parade.
How much are they paying?
They are collecting minimum wage now.
70,000 naira.
Yes.
Minimum wage.
There will be no passing out parade. It will now be graduation.
Graduation.
Well, I served there and I enjoyed it.
I loved
you can go out when you like.
the military
when
style. You have to go to the Mami market.
Yeah,
you interact with the soldiers.
Yeah, and here in Lagos, it was 24 hours. The Mami market was 24 hours. The only aspect of my service that I did not like was soldiers coming to wake us up in the morning with the big wood,
With
they
the
will
big
blow in
wood.
it, and then
But that's the discipline now.
all right, Joy,
Okay.
let's take your story.
CBN revokes licenses of 46 microfinance banks. The Central Bank of Nigeria has released the names of the 46 microfinance banks whose operating licenses were revoked for failing to meet the regulatory requirements for continued operation. The Apex Bank disclosed on Wednesday that the revocation was carried out in accordance with its powers under Section 12 and 13 of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020. According to the CBN, the licenses were revoked because the affected microfinance banks had insufficient assets to meet their liabilities, closed operations without regulatory approval, or became inactive and ceased financial intermediation. The revocations were also attributed to the bank's failure to commence operations within 12 months of obtaining their licenses and failure to maintain the minimum capital funds unimpaired by losses. On the list of 46 microfinance banks whose licenses were revoked, Kano State accounted for the highest number, with 13 banks, followed by Lagos with 8. Also, Abia, the Federal Capital Territory, Kaduna, Kebbi, Niger, Ogun, Plateau recorded 2 banks each. Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Benue, Cross River, Delta, Kwara, Ondo, Osun, Oyo, and Rivers had 1 bank each. By category, 25 of the affected institutions were Tier 2 microfinance banks, 18 were Tier 1 microfinance banks, and 3 were state microfinance banks. The regulator said the license revocation forms part of its ongoing efforts to strengthen oversight of the financial system and ensure that licensed financial institutions comply with extant laws and prudential regulations. Now, if you want to see the list of the banks, you can grab any of the dailies to see the 46 microfinance banks that were revoked.
What attracted me yesterday when I saw the
names
story,
of the banks,
I
huh?
just went to look at the names of. I said they should revoke their licenses. Which one?
I know those
Which one
banks.
is now?
Now.
Now digital. Who are the people taking their money to that place?
I think even from the name, the name for me is suspicious. And
Yes.
why those names were approved for me is still
In
a
the
big
first
question
place,
at this
now.
particular time. Then 46 for me is a whole lot.
It's a lot.
It's a whole lot.
Microfinance
How they were
banks.
registered, I do not know,
Exactly.
but the CBN had done the needful now, hammering these microfinance banks. And I tell people, aside from the conventional banks, all these funny accounts that you people have, I don't have. One day you will just wake up and your money will be gone. I will not mention names. They know. And Joy is part of them. She has one. I will not mention names.
Me too. I don't use those banks. I'm a very traditional.
I use the proper bank.
traditional
Those banks
woman,
are
so
not
I just
meant-
stay traditional.
These fintechs, they are not meant for you
They
to
make
save
the
your
transaction
money.
very fast, right?
They are not meant to save
But-
money. I use it for when I want to shop.
Tell me, Joy, how does it work? Is it that you put money in it?
No, just to, like when I want to go to the market now, that's
Okay.
what I use.
You just put money in it.
So it's not meant for you
You
to
tra-
save
Wait, you transfer money into
it. Then I transfer to, because again, their service is fast. So
Okay.
you get your
Okay,
alert.
compared to the conventional banks.
So I know they for a so for me, real alert and all those kind of things. That's
Yeah.
When
why
you are not using the real traditional banks, you know we can't mention names. If you are using,
I have the traditional bank too.
you know, why go through all that trouble?
No, but these are not meant for you to save.
So what are you doing with the bank?
No, it's just for transactions. Not that you use it as
Was
your
that
savings.
stated
But
in
they're
their
not-
terms of condition? when you open the
No,
bank?
for
It was
me,
not stated there?
just for me.
Okay.
I don't use it
I
as
hear
savings.
you. Shebi, this is just for the 6. We are waiting to see more.
Honestly, when I saw the news, I had to go through. I said, let me check. My urgent 2K, I said, let me move it.
Urgent 2K.
All right, quite a number of things are trending on the X platform this morning, but this particular one has been generating quite a lot of controversy involving some kind of allegation against the Chief of Staff to Mr. President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. And the guy that was involved in this particular issue is Adeni Adeyemi. And the presidency came out yesterday through a statement from Mr. Bayo Ononuga, saying that they are aware of the public interest in the matter of a man called Adeyemi Adeniyi, who has been parading himself as the DG of a fictitious Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council and the Presidential Economic Advisory Council, the Office of the Chief of Staff to the President, first blew the whistle on the existence of this agency following complaint from officials of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Council that another government agency appeared to be functioning as cross purposes with it. You know, it's a long press statement coming from Mr. Bayo Ononuga, but then when you go to the X platform this morning, people are raising some questions as to how Matthew and, of course, the fake agency had been able to operate for years without being noticed. But for me, there's a particular question coming from an ex-user asking that how did Matthew get an office allocation within the Federal Secretariat?
One.
Okay.
Two, how did he get 1.3 billion naira line item that is within pages 50 and 51 of the official national budget?
And three, a couple of times he had meetings with ambassadors and diplomats from foreign countries. How did that happen as well? Though Mr. Ononuga had come out now to deny anything linking this man with the office of the presidency. But I don't know, maybe I'm being pessimistic here. It's not adding up for me. How do you get an office allocation? It's just like the Lagos State Government Secretariat here.
Now.
Can you just walk in there and set up an office?
I asked Joy a question this morning. I said, look, even as a staff of LTV, can we now go to the Ministry of Information
and just set up an office there?
And just set up an office on our own and start to operate
nobody
from there.
will know.
And nobody will question me, and nobody will know. Excuse
And
me.
you still get
Then the other one that you raised, Adibingbe,
Yeah.
budgets.
The budget.
How did it happen?
1.3 billion naira budget.
And it was approved.
Approved, yeah. And
I hope that our security agencies, ICPC, EFCC will do the needful and see this matter to a logical conclusion.
Yes.
So that all the gray areas, all the doubts being expressed on the X platform will be addressed at the end of the day. Time is what in this country, when the particular Minister of Humanitarian Affairs was asked to step down because of certain allegations. Up until now, Adebimpe, we don't even know the end of that story. Whether she was guilty or not.
It has died a natural death. It has died.
When it is not the national grid.
You said something earlier when we were talking about APC, that it is a family
affair.
So they've dealt it in the family way.
And time it was in this country when the former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, made a statement that once you cross from a particular political party to the ruling party, your sins will be forgiven. All right.
You can now go and
sin no more.
Go and sin no more. Okay. We shall see. That's it. What's trending on X this morning. You can go to the X platform and read a lot of reactions on this particular subject matter this morning. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, we'll be looking at 2027 general elections and a lot of doubts surrounding the performance of the judicial sector in this country. We have seen judgment, counter-judgment coming from different layers of our court in the country, and people are beginning to doubt the integrity of the judiciary as we approach the 2027 general election. That will be the conversation right after this break. Stay with us.